and I've just started the recording. So one thing about CRM systems, in the old days when we were buying software, we made a list of all the features we want, and then we would go through some demos and put check boxes next to do you have this feature or not, and then buy the product that had the most check boxes. And that approach, while it works well in some softwares, has not necessarily worked so well with CRM systems, and adoption can sometimes be a challenge. A lot of research has been done about, well, how do we make people use the CRM system that we purchased? And great quote I stole from AMR research. They said corporations can achieve benefits from CRM software if the users see it as a blessing versus a curse. And when working with a client and talking about implementing of a system, that's what we're constantly trying to do. How do we make CRM a benefit to the different levels of users within the organization? How a president or CEO is going to use it is different than the way a rep in the field is going to use it. Some organizations say, well, the CEO controls the purse strings, so let's make it the way they want it. But then if it's too complex or too confusing for the reps in the field, we end up having great dashboards that looked great in a demo that don't show anything because the people in the field aren't using it, and vice versa. So, CRM is more than just software. It's about striking that balance, determining what's of value, and then how to deliver that within your environment, which might be different than someone else's. When we talk to a client, we get calls almost every week about somebody saying, we're interested in CRM, and when I say, well, what is it that's important to you? These are the most common things we hear. That A, we need a central shared place that we could put our contacts, the companies we do business with, the people that we interact with at those companies. When we identify new business leads, we want to be able to track them, make sure we're following up on a timely basis. If those leads become qualified and we are pursuing it as a new business piece of opportunity, we want to monitor what's in our pipeline and so on. Others will say, well, what we need is a way for our reps in the field to remain in touch with and help manage the accounts that they're responsible for, and to be able to monitor their interactions with their customers, so tools that they can use to better service the customer, tools that management can use to oversee the activities of the reps in their organization. Some are looking for CRM from a customer service perspective. Here within Software Solutions Group, every time a customer calls our support line, a new customer service case is opened. It is assigned to a technician. That technician interacts with the client until the case is resolved, and then we use those cases to track the time frame and any open issues and so on. Others will say, we need it to be that we're not just nailed to our desk. Sometimes we're at our desk at our computer. We want to be able to access that information right from our Outlook because that's how we interact with our clients. Others will be at home or on the road and they want to access it from a browser, while others want to be able to access that information from their smartphone or tablet, whether it's an Android or Apple or Microsoft device. It needs to be mobile. So CRM systems today need to be accessible from many locations. And then finally, it needs to provide management the reports and dashboards that they need at different levels in order to run their business or run their organization. So that's what clients are looking for across, what we frequently hear in terms of what they want from a CRM. So now what we want to do is focus on what's Microsoft Dynamics CRM all about. Well, the first thing is Dynamic CRM is obviously part of a whole suite of software that Microsoft has to offer. Everyone now is working with Microsoft Office at their desktop, Outlook as their email. Now you can hardly watch a TV program on the weekend and not hear about the cloud. Microsoft Cloud Services has become an enormous business unit within Microsoft. Dynamic CRM is one of the services they offer in the cloud, along with Office and Exchange and so on. It can also be deployed the same way your GP is deployed, locally on servers within your organization, where Dynamic CRM lives perhaps on the same servers as Dynamics GP does, along with other software you have in-house. So CRM is one of a whole menu of software tools that Microsoft offers both in the cloud and on servers within your organization. Quickly, what does CRM do? Well, out of the box, Microsoft CRM offers a full suite of sales, marketing, and customer service functionality. In addition, it offers the ability to be extended to fit needs within our client organizations that Microsoft never thought about. So in sales, we already touched about it. It's a place to put contacts and a place where reps can log their activities, a place where we can identify leads and nurture them through the sales process, a place where we can monitor all of those things from a single spot. Marketing today is an example of the Microsoft marketing function. We sent you out an email blast talking about the event. There was a link where you could register for that event. When you clicked on that and registered for the event, that event registration was entered directly into the CRM system. We were able to promote it through marketing lists, who are our current customers, send that email blast out, and register you for the event, and monitor all of that within the CRM system. We also talked about customer service. Now, in addition to sales, marketing, and customer service, CRM is available natively to many desktops, whether it's the PC on your desk, a number of web browser devices, or your tablets or smartphones. It's a device that is aware of the social side of what you're doing, whether it's by linking the ability to link emails that you send or receive from clients to their contact history right from your Outlook. There is a component of CRM called social engagement that allows you to monitor the hashtags, keywords, and phrases that you utilize on your Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn accounts. It will monitor any time those keywords or hashtags are used in those different social media channels and allow you to manage and organize and view those comments from a central spot within CRM. CRM is not always the way we need to communicate. So Yammer is a component within CRM. Think of it as Facebook, but private, meaning it's your organization's equivalent of Facebook, where we can, from our phone, from our tablet, from our computer, we can ask a question to our colleagues. Others might respond. It's just a different way of interacting with each other, but it also integrates with CRM. From a platform perspective, CRM has built into it a number of analytics, business intelligence, and reporting functions. There are workflow capabilities where we could take a series of steps that you currently do manually and automate them. So I take the first step, I check a box, and then an email gets sent thanking them for their interest. A follow-up task gets created reminding me to follow up with this person, and so on. So we can look at the activities that go on and automate those activities, saving your reps or users time, allowing them to devote more time to other things they do. And it's a very flexible database. If fields of information that you need to track, very easy for us to add information to the database, add different things that we want to track about a contact, about an organization, even if it's only for one customer. As I mentioned, it's a platform that's flexible enough to either be deployed on Microsoft servers inside the Microsoft Cloud, and you just access it through the Internet, or deployed on servers within your organization. It's a platform that was designed to be integrated with Microsoft Dynamics solutions like GP and other Dynamics ERP systems, but also integrated with non-Microsoft ERP systems. And we have dozens of customers where we've integrated with their systems versus it doesn't require that your accounting and information systems be based on Microsoft technology. And a very configurable security. Sometimes people want to share, but they don't want to share everything with everybody. And so we can configure the security during implementation to share the things we want to share and not the things that we don't. So that's a quick introduction. That's about as much as I think people will tolerate on PowerPoint. So what I'm going to do is minimize this and just show you a few things within the a day in the life is what I would call it. Now I'm starting the demonstration today the same way I start my day. That's in Outlook. So this is my Outlook. I think it's Outlook 2013 maybe. And that Outlook has the Microsoft CRM client add-in inserted into it. And I know that because I have some CRM buttons in my ribbon bar that I wouldn't have if I wasn't connected to CRM. And I have a SSG CRM folder, which looks like it's part of Outlook, but it actually allows me to jump into CRM without leaving the Outlook experience. And there's a number of ways in which Outlook and CRM interact with each other. One of them is with email. I've received this email from a person, and of course it opened up on the other monitor here. Give me a second. So this email came in. It says, I'm writing on behalf of my manager. Last year we purchased CRM Online. We're looking for a partner to help us implement it. Is this something that you'd be able to help us with? So, and it gives the person's name and their company. Well, the first thing I want to do is see, is this person somebody that we've already interacted with? And if it is, I want to add this to their contact history within CRM. So I've pressed the track button that's part of the CRM add-in, and what it did in the background was it looked at Jeff Lieberman's email address to see if Jeff is already a contact in the system. And it came back and told me he is not a contact because his name is shown in red down here in the bottom right-hand corner, if you could see it. So right from within Outlook, if I wanted to make Jeff a contact in CRM, I just right-click on his name and say create a contact. And it would right from Outlook create a contact for me for this person. I could copy and paste his company and so on. Now he mentioned that they have CRMs with this company in Syracuse. So I want to see if we've interacted with anyone else from that company in the past. Maybe we haven't worked with Jeff, but maybe it would tell me a little more about him if it's someone that we've interacted with. So when I click the Lookup button, this is actually, I'm in Outlook, but it's performing a lookup to the CRM database. I'm going to type a little bit of their company name, and it found CNS Companies in Syracuse. There's a couple of other locations. That's where Jeff is from. So again, right from Outlook, I'm going to click on the account name, and it's going to open up, bring to the screen for me what CRM knows about this company. Now, I'll point out that every form that you're going to see, we're actually interacting with our Software Solutions Group's implementation of CRM. So the forms are laid out in a way that's important to us, but these are completely tailorable for each client. So we have 4 columns of real estate across. I could have one thing of information going all the way across. Here I have a column on the right and left, and I'm taking 2 columns up in the middle. These are completely tailorable during implementation. But I can see the company, the account. So obviously we have talked with this company before. If I click on the activities, I can see all interactions that I or any other CRM user have had with this company. So I can see John had an outgoing email with them. Someone else, there's a case that got opened, another outbound email, a couple of appointments, an inbound email. So I can immediately see any interaction that I or anyone else in the company have had with that company, even though maybe I wasn't the one that did it. Here are all of the contacts at that company that we track in CRM. If I wanted to add a new contact, I would just press the plus bar, fill in the information. I could see that there's no recent customer service cases with this client. If I scroll down a little bit, I can see that there was a recent business development opportunity that someone in our team was working on. If I click on that, it will open up the opportunity so I could see the details of that. And this will just show, again, this is opportunities can be different within each organization, but it shows me the details of the opportunity that we were working on with that account. So a little overview: who was the key contact at that time, what product were they interested in, how many users, where are we in the sales process. Were there any activities related to the opportunity? I can view them here. What kind of sort of a notepad area of things that have happened as we pursued that opportunity? Who are the key stakeholders within that organization that will be part of the decision-making process at that organization? Now, sales opportunities are an interesting thing for some companies. We find a lead, somebody inquires with us about CRM. There's a process we're going to go through to see if they qualify for, if they fit the mold of if their problem fits within CRM. And there's also a reverse of that where we're going to interact with them and they're going to decide, well, do we want to work with these folks or do we want to talk to them? So that's what happens at the qualify stage. At the develop stage, we start getting into details, number of seats and any special options, what customizations, how much training. And then when we've completed that, we go into the proposal stage where we're submitting price quotes and so on. And then finally, after we've been priced it out, a decision gets made, did we win it or lose it? Now, in the old days, all of that was covered in fields on the form. Well, in Dynamic CRM, opportunities are one of the process forms that Microsoft offers. So what we do is, instead of the user having to navigate the form to update it, at each stage in the process, we identify in the ribbon bar what information do we want our reps to gather when we are at this qualify stage. They fill in those fields, and once all of those fields have been dealt with, the sales process then moves to the next stage, the develop stage, let's say. And at that point, you're going to do a demo, you're going to schedule a quote, and that quote has an expiration date. Well, when all of those things are completed, then we know we're in the proposal stage. So to the rep, it makes filling out their opportunities during the sales process. Very simple. They just, what stage am I at? What have I done or not done? So that they know what their next step needs to be with this prospect. From a management perspective, when I'm looking at all of our opportunities that are in process, I can quickly go in, look at an opportunity, and see what steps our reps have done or still need to do as I'm coaching them in terms of what we can do to help move this deal to the next step in the process. Okay, so that's the opportunity. So I saw that there was an opportunity for this account. If I scroll down a little bit further, there is, for any client with 10 or more seats of Microsoft CRM, you get a free subscription to a data service called InsideView. Now, they're doing some updating of that today, so I can't log into it right now. But what InsideView does is it's like a Hoover's, like a Dun & Bradstreet kind of database. And what it does is look up this company for me, and when I click on this tab, it will show me who are the key contacts, what industry are they in, who are their key competitors, what news, where have they been mentioned in trade articles, blog postings, website postings, press releases, anything that's new information about that company that I might be able to find on my own by searching the internet. What it does is search all that for you and delivers it instantly and continually monitors that. I can click on any of the contacts that InsideView knows, and with one button press, it would add that contact to CRM, saving me the need to re-enter them as a contact as someone I might want to interact with. Okay, so that's a little bit of within a few seconds, right from that email, I was able to get quickly up to speed on everything that there was to know about Jeff Lieberman, about the company, what interactions have we had with them, did we have anything in the pipeline, do we have any tickets with them. CRM made all of that information visible to me really with just a few clicks. Okay, I'm going to pause for a second. I'm going to turn the microphone on. Any thoughts, comments, questions about what we've covered so far?
Nope.
Okay, so we're good. All right, then let's continue.
Good.
Okay, so you're back muted again. So that's just right from an email, I was able to gather that information. Now, other things people want to be able to do, one of the first questions we get is, well, how do I get the information that I already have in my Outlook into CRM? So most of us have Outlook contacts that we use. Those contacts synchronize perhaps with our smartphones, and it's really kind of simple. One of our customers is Rochester Midland, and right before the start of the demo today, I used a business card scanning app that I have on my iPhone, and I scanned the business card of Bradley Calkins, and once I saved it on my phone, it created a contact record for Bradley in my Outlook. So if I wanted to make Brad a contact within CRM, all that I need to do is highlight his contact record, say track that in CRM, and then tell CRM which account do I want this contact record associated with. So it brings up all of my CRM accounts. Now I have a lot of companies that start with the name Rochester, so I'm just going to type for Midland. I found Rochester Midland, and that's it. All of the now there is a contact record in CRM filed under Rochester Midland for Brad Calkins, and from this point forward, if his contact information changes on my phone, in Outlook, or in CRM, his contact record will synchronize across all three. So if someone went into CRM and added something to his contact profile, that would sync with Outlook. Outlook would sync with my phone. If on my phone I find out that he's got another phone number, or I want to add something else, I add it on my phone syncs with my Outlook. Outlook will update CRM. So the information remains in sync across all of the areas. So that's a little bit of CRM, a day in the life of CRM from the perspective of Microsoft Outlook. Now, so we've covered some of the basic functions. I want to make sure we have time at the end for questions. Some of the sales and marketing opportunities. Now, within what I did want to do is within those opportunities, so you saw that one that I had entered, the form, the information that I used to track an individual opportunity. Again, I'm still in Outlook. If I wanted to take a look across all of my opportunities, I'm planning my day or my week, who do I need to follow up with, and so on, I can look at my opportunities here on this first tab. These are all of the opportunities that I am the owner of, and if I want to look at perhaps, instead of reading through all of these, I have 27 of them, I can get a sales funnel that will summarize where are my opportunities by the different stages that we talked about. So if I want to see all of the prospects that I need to qualify, if I click on the purple slice of the funnel, then I'll see just the opportunities that are at that stage. And if it's time, it's the end of a quarter and I need to find a couple of deals to close in order to get my quota, that would be, all the ones waiting to close are at the proposed stage. So if I click on that orange slice, it's going to show me all of the deals of mine where a proposal has been rendered and now we're just waiting for a decision. So just an easy way for me to manage my opportunities. If I were a sales manager, I might want to look at all opportunities, not just the opportunities of a single rep. And now you'll notice my funnel changes. It's breaking it out by sales stage. And again, if I want to see all of the ones at the proposed stage, if I click on that slice, I could see them across all of our reps. Now, at some point, there's if I want to not only look at the opportunities by stage, but maybe we sell nationally or across many geographies, not just local. So I might want to visualize, this is kind of a hard way to read data. If I wanted to see, well, where is our business pipeline coming from? We can steal from the weather people the concept of a heat map, just another way of visualizing the data. And here it's saying if we look across the U.S., that the greatest concentration of our prospects in the opportunity pool is in the central western New York area. There's some down here in the southeast, a couple in New England. We have some opportunities here out west, a little bit of shading. So I can drill down to see, as I zoom in on the map, I can see exactly where where is the greatest concentration of our business development prospects right now. That might be another way I want to interpret the information. Lastly, I might want to look at, well, how have we been doing, not looking at what's in the pipeline waiting to close, but look at the opportunities that actually did close, maybe the ones this year, and see how have we been doing on those win-losses. So it might be win-loss by rep. So this is showing me each rep and then how they're doing win and loss wise. I might want to see win losses by product line. Here I can see each product and how we're doing. So once the information is in there, whether I'm a rep in the field or a manager overseeing a group of folks, dashboards and charts allow me to view that information, interpret it quickly, and then make business decisions or take actions based on what needs to be done. So that's a little bit of the basics of CRM. I wanted to make sure we devoted some time to the discussion of integrating CRM with your business system, GP or others. And frequently, when a client comes to us and says, well, we want to integrate our CRM and our ERP, the first question we ask is, well, what exactly, what do you want that connection to do? And we sort of lead a discussion of what are the uses that you want for that connected information. There is, for those that are interested, a free connector that Microsoft makes available to GP customers and that will perform the integration between the two. There are also third-party connectors. A couple companies like Smart Connect and Scribe, they make more programmable connections that allow us to, if the requirement requires us to customize that integration or that connection between the two. But some common use cases, things that people want to do, they want any customer that is a customer in GP to be an account in CRM, and they want them to synchronize with each other. Typically, we would want GP to be what we call the single point of truth. That's the one that got scrutiny when we entered their company name correctly and so on. And if something changes with this customer, they go on credit hold, they change their address, we don't want the ERP system to say one thing and the CRM system to say another. So by connecting the two, when you make a change or when you create a new customer in ERP, that automatically, within about 10 seconds, it's an account within the CRM system. Another use case is companies whose reps are going to be preparing quotes based on products or services that they have set up in their GP items area, then we can synchronize the GP items with the CRM product catalog and the information about the item, the description, the pricing, the costing, and so on, would synchronize with CRM, so reps would be able to, if your business works on a quoting basis, they would be able to prepare a quote within CRM, and then if that quote becomes an order without re-entering, they can take that quote and send it back to CRM as an order. So items to product catalog. A lot of our customers, they want the reps in the field to be able to see what the customer has bought from us in the past. So synchronizing invoices from the GP or ERP system with the invoice folder within the account record, it's in CRM. That might be what they want to be able to do. Another one we just talked about, quotes and orders. Now, quotes and orders are an example of a bidirectional integration, meaning the quote might be we have a customer in Rochester where they prepare their quotes in GP, but they want the reps to follow up with those quotes in CRM without those reps ever having access to GP. So that would be a situation of a quote going from GP to CRM. When the customer is ready to purchase, they can convert that quote to an order, which would go back to GP. There would be a CRM batch within your GP orders, and that batch would contain orders that got submitted from CRM. Others don't want to see invoices. They want to see sales history. Every item, the date, the quantity, the description of the item, the amount that they paid. So an invoice lumps that all together. On this date, this customer got invoice number 1234 for $10,000. The second scenario is they bought 4 of these, 5 of these, 2 of these at these prices and quantities on these dates, and they want the reps to be able to view that in CRM. So all of these are possible within the integration connection between CRM and GP. There's probably others, but just to give you some specifics to think about within your business. So now what I want to do is show you a live client that we have done this integration for. I mentioned Brad Calkins, CEO of Rochester Midland. Rochester Midland's a chemical manufacturing company based in Rochester, been around for, 120 years or so, fourth generation family business, wonderful people. And they have so they make chemical cleaning products. They have 5 divisions that work in different industries. We just went live a couple of months ago with their first division, their facilities division. And now the facilities division has about 25 sales reps scattered across the U.S. and Canada. Those reps do 2 things. Their product is sold through distributors, so they do sales, business development, calling on distributors in their geographic territories to get them to sell more of the Rochester Midland cleaning products. They also go with distributors as experts in certain types of cleaning, and they make joint sales calls with the distributors to end user customers to answer technical questions to try and get that customer to want to use the Rochester Midland product versus the product they're using now. So it was important to them as part of their CRM. These reps have very well-defined sales goals. Actually, their goals are calculated daily. And as a rep in the field, it's important for that rep to know what has this customer bought so far, where are they year to date compared to last year, where am I relative to my goal, and so on. So now they are an interesting customer. When we started working with them several months ago, their ERP system was Oracle-based, and our GP team is working with them right now. I think 4th of July weekend is the cutover date to cut over from Oracle to Dynamics GP. So here you'll see today the integration is we're getting the sales data from Oracle, and in a few months from now it'll be coming from GP. But I wanted to show you what an integrated system looks like. So this is now I'm using the browser to get at CRM. Their reps are never in the office. They're always in the field. So the 2 ways they interact with CRM is either from their laptop using a browser or from their iPad or iPhone when they're on the road. So this is what it looks like from the browser. And I'm going to pull up one of their accounts, Cintas, or however you say it. Now, this customer has something close to 100,000 customer account records that they have, active customers in Oracle, and there were in the first 3.5 months of integrating between CRM and Oracle, there was over 1.5 million rows of sales data transactions that were passed to CRM. So we had, I don't know they had any idea, nor did we, of just how voluminous, how many transactions they process, and they're well within the capabilities of CRM. We have other customers that might do 20 transactions a month. They happen to do a few 100,000 a month. So this is the or the account record for one of the accounts. Now, Cintas is common in their world that they might have a main central location for this company, but there might be 20 or 30 locations of that account across the country, and different reps call on those different locations. So we actually identify if this is the headquarters account or one of the remote offices, and then reps are able to see the sales for the locations within their territory. So this is how they have their account records set up. If I scroll down a little bit, you can see the sales history tab. Now I could either scroll down or just go to the sales history tab. Now you'll see in here the detailed sales, every invoice line item that got billed in their ERP system is showing up here. We do a roll-up each day of what the total year-to-date sales and prior year-to-date sales and what the variance is for this account. So the rep can see, what has this customer bought so far this year? Where am I year-to-date compared to last year? Now, in their business, when it gets to be the end of a quarter and a rep is worried about making his quota for the quarter, one thing they're constantly doing is calling back to customer service. Hey, did Cintas place that order for X yet? Because I'm counting on it to get my number. The issue there is orders that come in on Monday won't ship until Friday. So there's this 5-day window in between the time a order is entered in GP and the time that order actually ships and shows up here as a sale. So we give them a open orders area, and this updates every night. When these products ship, they will leave the orders area and they'll go into the sales history area. Again, all of this occurs each evening in terms of the interchange between the two, and that's how the integration works for this organization. But just to show you what this could look like in an organization. So that was the last thing. I'm going to stop talking for a second. I'm going to unmute the conference. I wanted to see if anyone has any questions that I could answer in the remaining time we have.
Yeah, I have a question in regards to the Dun & Bradstreet and like Hoovers that I can look up. We are currently like subscribers to that. So would we be able to save money and not have to pay that subscriber fee, and then be able to get that information through? Yeah. So it's CRM?
Yeah. So. This is I'm back at Rochester Midland site. So this is what it looks like when I enter an account, Cintas, I don't know how they pronounce it. When I click on the data tab, so this is InsideView, and so it says, okay, here's the corporate location, here's their revenue, number of employees, here's the sources. Now, what InsideView does is they've contracted with about 3,000 data sources worldwide, and they funnel information about companies from all of those sources. When you create an account in CRM, CRM asks InsideView, do you have anything for this company? And the things that they have, again, is the profile of the company, the overview. There is a research tab that gives you financial information about this company, jobs, and so on. There is a people tab that gives you key contacts at this company. And if I if I want this guy in CRM, if I press the sync button, it will create a contact record for that person. The buzz area is any mention of this company in RSS feeds, press releases, Twitter, LinkedIn, any of those things. It pulls in information from many sources. So yeah, the service InsideView is free to any CRM online customer with 10 users or more, and I think it would eliminate the need for, unless there's something peculiar about your subscription. We've had some customers where they're in an obscure industry, and the company, the data service, for instance, another one of our customers is the Saranac Brewery. They're my favorite customer now, out in Utica. Well, they wanted to get data about beer distributors, about who's selling what beer, which retailers are buying what products in what quantity. Well, that's not something that's generically available. But if it's this kind of stuff, demographic information, key contacts, news about companies that are just out there, then yeah, it would eliminate a paid subscription, at least for the users that are CRM users. Does that make sense? Yep.
Yes, it does.
And it just delivers it right within CRM.
Okay, but you just have to have 10 users or more.
Right. Now, if you don't have 10, then you can pay a fee to subscribe to that service. It isn't that expensive. So obviously, if Microsoft, and then they offer a bunch of different services. For instance, in the next phase, Rochester Midland is going to purchase the search function from them. They want to have their inside sales team contact all corrugated cardboard manufacturers in the U.S. and Canada with more than 10 employees or $10 million in revenue. And they want the head of manufacturing, the CFO. Well, InsideView has a search service where you could put in those criteria. It will download those contacts as into CRM so that you could then do an outbound marketing campaign to them. Now, that's a fee-based thing based on quantity, whereas the company information is just free. That's what Insights is just that. Okay.
And now I have another question in regard to the emails. That one tab, you were saying how the emails can be purged in. How does that work?
Sure.
Any emails in the whole company, or how?
Yeah, good question. Every single client I've ever worked with from the beginning of 2003, there is a setting in CRM that says all incoming emails go into CRM. The alternative to that setting is any email tracked by someone gets entered into CRM. Now, I know that email we were looking at earlier is being tracked because it has this little icon to the left of it. And then once I track it, if someone else tracks, maybe Danielle was carbon copied on this email. If she tracks it as well, CRM says, I already got this one. It doesn't duplicate it. So it's I read an email that I get. or your users do, and I make a determination, is this an email that should be part of CRM? And if I conclude it should be, I press this button before I tracked it, said track. If I make a mistake and I don't want to track it, that same button then says untrack, and it takes it out of CRM. So it's just at the judgment of the user. And I tell people CRM is 50% programming, 50% policy. So as you and your team are working with CRM, you might look at all emails tracked this month by rep and say, why did we track? Maybe let's only track these things. You know what I mean? So we're not just cluttering for no reason. But it'll. And interestingly enough, let's say an email copied 3 other people, and those people are other contacts at that account. When I click the track button, it's going to associate that email with all of the parties who are also contacts in CRM. So if it was Jeff and Rick and Diane were all copied on the email, when I hit the track button, if someone goes to any of those 3 contacts, they'll see that email that they were a party to is part of that individual's history. Now again, it's only stored once, but it appears as part of the history of any contact that's a party to that email. And okay. It's also kind of nice too when you're sending a new email. If you don't have somebody's email address, but that person is a contact in CRM, you can use the CRM contacts as a address book. So if I type in Monica F., it's going to find Monica Fabergé in CRM, and when I hit the to button, it addresses that email to her. So it also, makes that information that got put in CRM available when I'm sending an email as well.
Okay, great.
Yeah, it's pretty nice.
Yes.
Any other thoughts, comments, questions? We're at the 1 hour mark.
You answered all my questions. Thank you.
Okay, great. Anybody else?
Have a nice day.
Okay, thanks, Karen.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.